TLC, home to some of the worst shows on air today. 90 Day Fiancé, 1,000-Pound Sisters, Gypsy Brides. But it wasn't always like this. Hello everybody, I'm Coroppii, and I was curious about the villain origin story of TLC. What happened in the corporate ladder that forced it to turn to the dark side? Well, after hours of research, I think I've come to a conclusion. But before we begin, please consider supporting my channel by letting me know if you want to see more videos like this one. To begin, we have to go all the way back to the year 1972. The channel that we all know and hate today looked nothing like it did in its birth.
Who are you people?
It was originally known as the Appalachian Educational Satellite Project, or the AESP for short. And surprisingly, it was a TV station for, well, education, teaching the public a variety of topics as well as providing supplementary material for educators to teach their students. Pretty surprising, who could have guessed TLC had such a righteous origin story? But this was only able to last in this format for about 10 years. After being acquired by its current parent company, Discovery, the AESP officially changed its name to TLC in 1984. Under new management, TLC changed its goal from teaching college students and curious adults to teaching children. Discovery had chosen to rebrand TLC as a children's educational station, airing family-oriented documentaries such as Paleo World and Beakman's World. Still pretty surprising to me. Back in the day, people on TLC were teaching kids. Nowadays, the people on there shouldn't be allowed within a 3-mile radius of them. I'm not sure if that joke was appropriate. Also, during my research, I found that after Discovery had took over TLC, they began using themes to, I guess, try to justify the shows that they were putting out. The first theme being Ready, Set, Learn. And this perfectly segues us to the next theme, Life Unscripted. By 1998, Discovery axed all educational content, and we begin to see its origins in reality TV. Some of their most popular shows at the time were Junkyard Wars or 10 Years Younger. But just like a curious 8-year-old who searched for something off of YouTube Kids, I guess they felt guilty. Because in 2006, TLC had a short revival of educational television, establishing a new theme, Live and Learn, or Life Lessons. Kinda unclear on which one it is, but oh well. Some of the new shows being Addicted and Big Medicine, not as kid-friendly, but still airing documentaries on different topics. But, like most people, TLC couldn't fight the temptation. Live and Learn only lasted for about a year, and in 2007, they implemented a different theme, Life Surprises. And this is the main turning point in which we begin to see TLC truly walk down the path of degeneracy. We finally see the emergence of some of TLC's most popular shows, 19 Kids and Counting, Toddlers and Tiaras, and Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, to name a few. This new era proved to be the most successful it's ever had so far, and effectively paved the way for modern TLC. This continued on for about a decade, most likely only ending due to some serious controversies that occurred involving the cast members of these popular shows. The joke I made earlier probably isn't appropriate. With its reputation damaged, in 2014, TLC limped along trying to survive the battleground of cable television. Now following a new theme, everyone needs a little TLC. But as we all know, this kind of TLC isn't the best at providing its audience or its cast members with any kind of tender love and care. Despite this theme, most of the new shows that were being aired didn't really seem to fit. New shows included All About Sex, Labor Games, and Buying Naked. Even further proving that TLC probably needs to be re-educated on what TLC actually means. Nobody needs any of this TLC. And everyone kinda knew this. This era of TLC was pretty dead. No breakout hit shows, no stirring controversies, not even a coherent theme to unite the shows. And now we reach the point that we've all been dreading, modern day TLC. In 2018, TLC finally reached its final form, becoming the final boss of reality television, debuting some of their most popular and cringe-worthy shows like 1,000-Pound Sisters, Smothered, You, Me, and My Ex, and of course, their most popular show, which is ironically the worst show, the 90 Day series. Shows including but not limited to 90 Day Fiancé, 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, 90 Day Fiancé, Before the 90 Days, Strikes Back, 90 Day Fiancé, What Now, 90 Day Diaries, 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, Strikes Back, Pillow Talk, 90 Day Family Chantel, 90 Day The Single Life, 90 Day Pillow Talk, 90 Day Fiancé, Before the 90 Days, Strikes Back, 90 Day Fiancé, What Now, 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, Strikes Back, Pillow Talk, 90 Day Chantel, 90 Day The Single Life, 90 Day Pillow Talk, and still even more to be made. And I should also point out, it seems once we reach this era, TLC completely ditched their tradition of themes, trading it in for morally questionable documentation of people who probably shouldn't be getting that much attention. If you guys have any ideas of what to name this era of TLC, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm really curious as to what words can be used to encapsulate this level of making me want to kill myself more than I already want to. So there we have it, a short timeline of the birth, rise, and horrific transformation of our favorite channel to not watch, and instead just to go on YouTube and watch other people react to it. But this still leaves the question, what happened? What happened here is kind of like watching the childhood prodigy grow up to become a poor junkie. Something must have happened. Well, I've done the research, and unsurprisingly, it all comes down to the channel's unstable ownership and the new CEOs that acted as its new master. Let's go back to the birth of TLC. TLC, or the AESP as it was known at the time, was the result of NASA and the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare collaborating in an effort to educate the public. However, there was a special turning point that made them lose their precious child. Satellite issues forced the AESP to cease all programming for a while. Being a non-profit station, they probably didn't have the funding to fix the issues and continue programming after its hiatus. So, the two parents made the hard choice and gave the AESP to another caretaker to ensure its future, but only if they knew that this decision was the beginning of its fall. The AESP would be passed around to different owners and changing to different names until finally being bought by Discovery permanently. For 26 years, TLC was able to act as its educational network. That was, until Discovery decided to give that treasure to their own network, Discovery Kids. The role of an elementary school teacher now stolen by Discovery's own child, TLC was now given whatever trash Discovery didn't want to taint their other channels with. Now at this point, we can begin to look at the different CEOs throughout the years, starting with David Abraham. Now, not much information is available on him, but he was the CEO and general manager of TLC starting from an unknown time to 2005. Based on this information, we can probably guess that he was in power around the time of the theme Life Unscripted. With the complete change in the direction of TLC, David Abraham made the choice to change TLC's target audience to men. And by men, I guess he meant divorced dads who work the late night shift and have nothing to do in the day, cause I don't know anyone else who would like these shows other than those people. Well, in 2005, he left TLC abruptly. Chad move if you ask me. This left TLC in chaos without a boss leading them. This probably explains why they started showing educational shows again in 2006. But pretty soon after, they enlisted Angela Shapiro-Mathes. Now, this mid-tier level Karen's most notable impact on the channel was bringing the Miss America pageant on TLC. But other than that, none of her leadership could really dig TLC out of the rut it was left in. Discovery clearly wasn't satisfied with this performance since she was removed of her position in 2007. Now, there's some conflicting information on this topic. Some sources say she was fired because Discovery was unsatisfied with her work. Other sources claim it was an inability to work at TLC's new headquarters. Either way, results are the same. TLC and Discovery found she had lost her usefulness and gave her the axe.
As fearless in death as he was in life.
With Mathis off the throne, Discovery put Elieen O'Neil as the new head of operations in 2008. Now, this lady is at a caring power level far beyond that of her predecessors. So powerful that she has ascended past the role of manager, up to the role of CEO. And with her new power, she had the new goal of shifting TLC's target audience to other Karens of the wild. O'Neil is responsible for some of TLC's most popular shows that were only watched by anti-vaxxers and the natural predator of every chain restaurant's manager. And with this power and goal, she was able to lead a strong rule of TLC for the next several years, until several serious controversies emerged involving multiple cast members of the hit shows. Then TLC kinda tanked again. By around 2015, Elieen stepped down from her position, most likely unrelated to prior controversies. Now, the date is unclear, but it was around this same time the new CEO, Nancy Daniels, stepped up and took the plate. Now, looking back at the timeline, this era of TLC was lackluster, to say the least. Daniels had some big shoes to fill after all. Unlike her predecessors before her, during her leadership, there was no new hit series to blow up, no surprise special events, not even a big change in direction. She was, however, responsible for the short revival of home improvement shows. And I guess it was good enough for Discovery, because she got herself a promotion.
A promotion!
Now manning her current position as Discovery's chief brand manager. Congratulations. Round of applause for Nancy! But wait, who's in charge of TLC now? Well, this brings us to the point that we've all been dreading, and probably the reason why you clicked on this video. The man that changed TLC to the reality TV monstrosity it is now. In 2018, Howard Lee was dubbed president of TLC. Now, a lot can be said about the work of Mr. Lee, but I can only come to 3 conclusions about this man. He either made a deal with the devil, he's some kind of god, or he's just cracked. This man has taken the trashy reality TV show formula that Elieen O'Neil made and forcefully evolved it into something much more hideous and much more disturbing. However, despite my disgust of what has been produced on TLC, Howard has by far been the most successful leader. Several sources stating his visions have increased TLC's primetime viewership by 111%. But why? The shows on TLC are absolutely horrible. I feel nothing but pain and despair, and I don't even watch them. People idly filming cases of potential mental and physical abuse, encouragement of unhealthy and self-destructive lifestyles. But who cares when you can have profit from their suffering? Now, all of this being said, TLC has already experienced its peak, and Howard has been the king for over 4 years. And based on the timeline of CEOs, TLC may witness another change in leadership. So, he may be overthrown in the future, and we will be freed from his tyranny. Or will we? The precedent that Mr. Lee has set is dangerous. TLC knows what gives them views, and they're going to empower someone who will produce the same, if not better, results. Heck, instead of just watching someone be abused, they might start handing them torture equipment to make sure that it's more interesting to watch. Maybe going so far as to even deliberately cast people who are more likely to create more of those ugly news stories from 2014. I shouldn't be giving them any ideas. Listen, best case scenario, it's all fake. Moral of the story, there's a lot of better stuff to watch than what's on TLC. But if you absolutely need to know what's happening down there, just watch a YouTuber react to it. And maybe check out some more of my videos. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you have any suggestions on another topic that you want me to do painstaking hours to look into, leave it below in the comments. I'll admit, this video was only about TLC, the US branch, and I completely ignored TLC UK. So if that's a video you guys want to check out, just go ahead and let me know in the comments. I also stream pretty often, so please subscribe. Thank you again for watching this video. I hope to see you again soon. Bye!